In this video, I'm going to show you how Brook Hiddink makes $2.3 million a month. Yes, 2.3 million, and yes, a month. If you don't know who I am, I'm Preston Chambers, and we work with coaches and creators to help them scale their info products, courses, coaching, etc. We've done a little over $2.5 million for them. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand everything. There's some really saucy parts around here and around here. So you're going to want to stick to view those. They'll really help out your business. But first of all, let's get into the different traffic sources because he has a lot. And first of all, let's start with ads. So he is going ham on ads. I literally watched a podcast with him talking about it. And literally just by doing this breakdown, going through all of his funnels, funnel hacking him, whatever you want to call it, I'm already getting retargeting ads and he will not stop on Instagram. I'm getting so many ads and getting spammed by his DM setter. So he has this dialed, and really what he's doing is he's just spamming ads, right? YouTube ads, Instagram ads, Facebook ads. He is spending so much money because you have to in order to get $2.3 million a month, multiple $1 million months. You're going to be spending a lot in ads. Now, I don't know the exact amount that he's spending, but this is around his ROAS. So he has two different funnels, which we'll be breaking down shortly. And he's getting about a 2.5 ROAS on his webinar funnel and a 4 to 5x on his VSL. So what that means is he spends, 100K, he makes back 250K. So profit 150, right? For 4 to 5x, he spends 100,000, he makes around, 400, $500,000. But, as you can see right here, just from what I gathered from everything, he can only spend around 10K a day on this before, the ROAS starts to dip, because as you spend more money, right? Let me make you guys a little graph so you can understand ads real quick. As you start to spend more money, the ads are just naturally going to go down, because what happens is you start tapping into colder audiences, people that know you less and less, people that are less and less your ICP. So that seems to what happens with the VSL funnel. However, on the webinar, while it is a lower ROAS, it seems to hold for longer, right? Because it seems to just hold for longer just because, it's a webinar funnel and they're absolutely great. And it seems like a lot of these, as you can see right here, of his ads are pushing to the webinar funnel, but also I got this one that pushed me to the VSL funnel as well, which we'll be breaking down shortly. But he's definitely tapping into ads, tapping into cold, cold retargeting, the whole shebang. He has his ads absolutely dialed. So it's really cool to see that. And he also has his Instagram. So found a couple interesting things here. Number one, the bio is amazing, right? He has some social proof where he's located, which just gives him more aura. If you're selling B2C and you're in Dubai, it's just aura. Founder at, and this is his educational company, some social proof, and then he has 2 CTAs. So he has 1 CTA. Obviously, he's tracking all of his metrics. He knows where every single lead comes from, pushing them to a funnel, but also has a DM CTA to start conversations with his DM setter, right? And there's a couple different things. I like Instagram because of its versatility. Here's a couple different things, right? So first of all, he has a top of funnel reels. He's posting these consistently, and he has one of two things really. It's extremely top of funnel for mass market appeal. He either talks about his story or gives some intangible game about high ticket ecom. It's like that game where it's like 5 products that never sell. It's like kind of game, but not really. And all of them have CTAs. And obviously, as you can see right here, sometimes these pop off. Let me get a different color here. Sometimes these pop off, get millions of views. That's just more people in his ecosystem. He retargets them with ads, right? And yeah, and then he just has a comment e-com, and I'll reach out with more info. And it's a very simple DM setting process. He figures out where we're based, what we're doing, and trying to figure out, how much we have to financially qualify. And then what he's doing is he's sending us to his VSL funnel. Free frames as a free training video, but really just a VSL funnel, which I'm going to be breaking down shortly. And I saw something very interesting. He didn't have highlights. What Instagram highlights are, they're like story sequences, but they're evergreen, right? So they're constantly there. People will constantly view them after finding your page. So this is something that he's definitely missing, and he should definitely incorporate. On top of that, he has story sequences. So just from viewing him the last couple days, he only really posted this story. And essentially, there's a couple different things you can do on stories. Number one, you can just provide value like he does, which really, this is actually not providing value. It's really just framing content. He's selling people on the idea of, high ticket ecom. But you can do belief shifting, which is what this is. You can just post lifestyle. This is where you just post what you're doing. You can post student wins. You can do Q&A. or you can do CTAs, right? This is where like you do a sequence, you show social proof, you have hooks, and you try to get people to DM you or go to a certain place, right? You're trying to funnel that traffic. I don't really see them too much, but those are the three different types of stories that you can do. Really just lifestyle or CTA or belief shifting. And yeah, next on the list is his YouTube, which I'm assuming he's going to be funneling people for too. And he hasn't posted on this in over 4 months. So I'm just curious if the ROI wasn't there, if it didn't make sense anymore. But he has some videos that popped off. I'm going to go over the main three that popped off for him, why they did so. And yeah, really what YouTube is for is middle of funnel to nurture leads in your ecosystem. It's extremely good at framing, showing that you're an expert, showing social proof, really everything, right? And like I say, it doesn't seem to post anymore, but there's a couple different things. These are just the main three. I'll explain some more in a little bit as well. But the first one that did really well and typically does really well is a free course, because instead of paying for a course, right, people can just watch your free course. As you can see right here, 397,000 views, and it's only in 10 minutes. So I'm kind of tripping, but like free courses, just stuff like this, where it's like, this is kind of like a mini free course. Some people post 10-hour long free courses. They make a lot of money. The reason why free courses are so good is because they just provide a lot of value, right? It's a full entire free course. And I'm curious, okay, if this is the free course, imagine what happens if I pay him, right? Next on the list is a story, which can kind of be like a hidden DSL. It's where you kind of tell your epiphany bridge. So essentially, you tell your story, like from where you are, where you used to be, how you got to where you are now, and kind of just show them what's actually possible, why they can get there, and nothing's really holding them back, right? So these typically do really well because a lot of people are at this point and they want to get to this point, right? A lot of people are at zero or a couple thousand or tens of thousands, but they're not in that $1 million mark and they want to get there. So that's why these videos also do pretty well. And then there's Trojan Horse VSL. Essentially what this is it's a hidden type of VSL. And what this does is it's like selling them. Really, all he does in this video is just sell them on the opportunity of high ticket e-commerce, right? This is the new way to do drop shipping. We all want stuff that's new, easy, safe, etc. So this video probably also made him a lot of money as well, just because it's a Trojan horse VSL, and really he's just selling them on high ticket e-com, showing his results, showing his students' results, etc. Right? And then there's obviously other videos that you can use, like social proof, like right here, where he does like case study breakdown, answering common questions, right, et cetera, et cetera. Really, with YouTube, you can do a couple different things. You can either do relatable content or content where you're teaching people. So if you're teaching people, and I break this down in my free course video, which may or may not be released by the time you're watching this, but essentially you just provide a ton of value, like help them answer pain points, like here, how to build an e-commerce business from 0 to 1. You tell your story, or you're answering common questions like, okay, how just drop shipping dead? No, this is the new way to do drop shipping, right? And yeah, on top of this, he also has an email list as well, where he grabs your email from free trainings, webinars, whatever, kind of in the trust section, but I just thought I'd throw it here. And what he's doing here is he's using this to retarget leads, push them. As you can see, from May, he almost didn't miss a day. May 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. Like, he is spamming you with emails, and he has really good deliverability as well. He understands how to do that. And these are some, like, he's just answering common questions, really trying to push people over the edge. Also, I noticed this as well, which is pretty funny. He has a YouTube channel just kind of selling coaching on how he's scaled his coaching. Not really going to break that funnel down today, but just thought it was interesting. Okay, cool. So now you understand all the traffic sources. The main one here is going to be his ads. He uses this for top of funnel, so that way you can tap into warmer audiences, but he's mainly making money from his ads. So let's go into his trust section. How does he actually get people to pay him multiple thousands of dollars? So this confirmation page over here is extremely crazy in the fact that it will make you a lot of money. But let's go ahead and break down the webinar first. So I really like what he's doing here. First of all, he's using hypnotic language, right? Breaking news, right? On tonight's event, it's like, it almost sounds like a news channel, which I really like. He's exposing little known. So this is like, it just makes you interested. It craves at the brain. And then he talks about AI, which AI is hot right now. It's going to be hot. AI loophole, beginners. So it's like handling objections, that anyone can do it. And on top of this, powered by AI intelligence. And I really like what he does here with making you want to attend. he offers a golden ticket worth $2,000, and he's going to donate a meal to someone in need in your name. So this is just like, it almost makes it a no-brainer for showing up because you're going to be helping someone out by giving them a meal and you're giving them a golden ticket worth $2,000. So he overall just makes it like a no-brainer to actually show up, which I really like. And once again, he reduces the risk by saying 100% free live event. Then he just kind of goes over what you're actually going to learn. And then he also shows himself in a nice outfit with a nice background, with a nice little watch as well, right? Just kind of giving that aura, giving that presence, and really just selling this free class, selling the click. That's all you need to do is just sell the click from one point to another. Like in your VSL, all you need to sell is the application or the call, and on the call, you sell the product, right? That's the whole point of just like, it's just like following the simple steps, right? And what I really like here as well is he grabs name and email, and then if you want a free VIP gift, then you give your phone number. So I'm assuming that this is going to dramatically increase opt-ins, and then he can really see right here who's actually extremely interested. And once again, he's bribing not for the number, but for you attending to donate to someone in need, which I really like. It's a really strong proposition. It's just super smart and makes you want to attend. And then as soon as you book, obviously, since he's running ads, not as soon as you book, as soon as you register, since he's running ads, he's gonna do a one-time order bump. And essentially he's gonna try to get some money out of you to liquidate the ad cost, right? So if you want to become a member, he just offers you this $27 where you get a couple different products, and this probably leads to another redirect as well. Or you can just say no, and then he congrats you and gives you next steps, right? So he gives you this, he tells you that they have to confirm your email to claim your golden ticket, which is really smart because what he's doing here is having you do a micro commitment for his actual funnel, right? Because if you email someone that, hey, I'm going to show up, you're way more likely to show up. It's literally from the book Influence. I have the book back here. It's down there somewhere, but it's really smart, just kind of making you like commit to showing up. And then he's showing you social proof of people who have gone to this class and that have actually succeeded, making you want to show up as well, right? And once again, if you keep on scrolling down, he's going to talk more about, himself, and then give tons of social proof. Like, look at all this social proof. There's so much, right? An insane amount, overwhelming amount. And that's how he gets you to show up. Now, I didn't go to his webinar, but he pretty much is just going to follow the Russell Brunson framework everyone does of the perfect webinar. Right, as you can see right here, he's going to do an intro, and he's really just going to sell them on this new selling mechanism, break any limiting beliefs that they have, and then just sell to them and give them a really good offer. And I know exactly what he's actually selling to them, which I'm going to break down over here. He has a crazy setup system for how he actually sells these. But let's go into the VSL funnel because this post call landing page is absolutely insane. So first, he has a VSO, and the really cool thing about this is this date is going to constantly change. It's going to be around 3 to 4 weeks ahead of whenever they're watching this or whenever they're on the page, and that's really cool, right? And then from there, it's simple VSL application. So are you interested? It's just like just making sure that they're interested. They're not like a bot or something. What country are you from? So making sure they're from a first world country. If not, they're probably cooked, right? From there, handling the time objection, and then making sure that they can actually do this business model with a stable internet connection. Then what they're going to do here is just kind of qualify financially, right? Just very simple. How much do you make? How much do you save? And then it goes to a couple different things. So if they have absolutely under $500, he's just going to grab contact information. So that way he can help you out, help you potentially make some money. So that way you can invest. If you're at a low amount, like around here, he's going to check your credit scores to potentially go into Afterpay. And if you have a good amount of money to invest, then he's simply going to go right here to confirm that you can invest, right? From there, if you're qualified via Afterpay or you say you can invest, you're gonna have the ability to book a call. And the interesting thing about this is he has them answer again. Not too sure why he has them do this. That's a lot of friction. But then again, he's probably getting lots of booked calls a day because he's spending an absorb of it, and a fuck ton of money on ads, right? I can't say that word. And then this is the craziest confirmation page I've ever seen. Gets me a little excited. And he's a crazy lender. So first, what he does is he explains the confirmation page and he tells you exactly how to get the $2,000 gift, which is by showing up to your call. After that, he breaks down the entire offer in a 30-minute video, but he also just gives you a document right here where he just really explains the offer and exactly what you're going to get inside, right? So I thought that was really cool because he's just really what he's trying to do is just give you as much information before the call as possible, handle as many doubts as possible, show a ton of social proof, sell them, pre-sell them because if they show up, they don't have any objections, they don't have any questions. It's going to make the call way easier. Also, he has breakout videos, which are really just like 30-second to 1-minute videos answering common questions, right? What are realistic expectations? Will this work for me? How long how long have you been doing it? What's the time for me to make my first sale? What's the guarantee? Can I do this with a full-time job? Just answering questions that people are going to have because if you can make this sales call a sales call instead of an educational call, makes it way easier to get people to buy. And then what he does here is your proper due diligence. So he has 3 different things showing you that he's actually legit. First of all, he has private client feedback. So anyone that joins the program, he's getting constant feedback from them. You know, how are the modules? How's your coach? And he's showing that here. Really solid. Also, he goes into the YouTube and Google reviews and just shows how all the ones calling him a scam are essentially BS, right? And then he goes to his Reddit reviews as well and just shows how there's no bad reviews at all. Very smart, just helping people do their research. He also has them confirm the call once again, another micro commitment, because whenever people confirm this call, they're way more likely to show up just because they're making a micro commitment. Then from there, he explains exactly how to get the $2,000 worth of free stuff, which is just free course and everything. And it's essentially just by showing up to the call, right? Go through the pre-call material, show up to your call on time, and we'll give you this gift. And then finally, the last step is going to be social proof, just tons and tons and tons. Social proof, short form, testimonials. He also has full length client interviews, and he has more pictures. And here's exactly what's going to happen after a lead books into his system. It's going to be automated, so they're going to get that pre-call page, which is goated. What it does is it builds trust, handles objections, gets them to want to show up. Also is going to be value dense emails, where these are going to be 3 to 6 emails that are essentially going to written text form that are going to be handling objections, showing social proof, and pushing to assets. On average, you can expect 40 to 60% open rates on these and around 2 to 3% click-through rate. So you really want to make sure that it's also in text form as well. And then essentially these are the 3 different objections you want to handle, right? I don't believe in the vehicle. I don't believe it's right for me, or I have something external holding me back. Which you're going to do this by really just explaining the social proof, explaining the breakout videos, and then SMS reminders to remind them for the call. On top of this, retargeting ads. So as soon as someone books, you're going to be running ads to at this level. Now, probably not for your level, but at this level, retargeting ads to people who book to give them more information about the offer. Right, and then manually, we're gonna have a setter or dialer or the closer dial them within 5 to 10 minutes, get them while they're not busy, double confirm, figure out any objections before their call, just try to answer any questions, making sure that they show up, as well as a text thread with the closer, so that way they actually show, right? Rapport, assets, excite them, build one-to-one connection, qualify, push to assets, answer questions. A little tip that you can do is you can actually send an email from the head of the info product coaching program, like from Brook, an email from Brook that basically introduces him to the closer, so that way he gets the trust. And really all we're trying to do here is give them as much information as possible, handle all their objections, so that way the call becomes a closing call, right? A cashier collection call. So that's his 2 main funnels. Now he has different VSL variations, but he really runs the webinar and the VSL. And I'm going to show you exactly how it actually works, which is really saucy. So his webinar is direct to cart for $995, $1,000 product, basically course access, group coaching. It's all in Kajabi. And then what he does is he has an order bump after they buy and 50% take for an extra 1,000 for an enhanced offer, right? And essentially he tries to ascend them to his call funnel, where 55% of these people that take the order bump are going to ascend to the next level. 25% that don't take the order bump are still going to ascend. And here's all of his offerings for his call funnel, right? He has one-on-one coaching for $6K. He has I know for a fact that this one's 6K. I don't know what this one is, but maybe it's around 12K where it's hybrid done for you. He has full done for you where he sets it all up for 25K, and he's also taking revenue share, which is an insane back end. So during the program, he's gonna get 6% of the revenue, and after they leave, it's gonna be 1% forever, maybe 2%. Absolutely insane. Just doing that, like, is he making money on the back end so that way they succeed? And he's also has a back end software that he's making 6 figures a month revenue with, just off the back end, right? And this is his entire fulfillment strategy. He's really outside of the courses, outside of everything. He has 8 one-on-one coaches, 10 group calls a week. He has guest experts coming in. He has course content that he's not even tied to. And he's getting really good results, which is huge, as you can see right there. And that's exactly how Brook makes $2.3 million a month with his info coaching. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.